From the top of the IDS Center in downtown Minneapolis, this is Eskimo Witch with your host, Chuck Olson.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Eskimo Witch. This week in the news, President Obama signed the massive stimulus bill, but how much will be going to Minnesota? I'm sorry. I'm just torn up about these poor cats. You remember the 118 cats discovered in a St. Anthony mobile home last week. Well, I'm sure you've heard that they have all been put to death. I mean, humanely euthanized by the Golden Valley Animal Humane Society. In fact, according to this report on Channel 5, the cats were all euthanized just hours after saying they were going to take a few days to evaluate the health of each of the cats.
That contradicts what we were told. Jennifer Griswold live with new developments tonight. Jenny?
John, we've talked to two local shelters who say they reached out to the Humane Society willing to help or take in some cats regardless of their condition.
I tried to get an interview with the Humane Society, but they said they just wanted to move on. Just like those poor little kitties wanted to move on. Okay, I'm sorry. This is an emotional issue. There are no easy answers. Oh, that's delicious. I should issue a disclaimer here that our adorable little cat, Kiko, is from the Animal Humane Society of Golden Valley, and now she's a beautiful princess with her own Twitter account. Now, the Humane Society does good work, but did they have to kill every single cat? Spokespeople from several no-kill animal shelters say no. One of them is Animal Arc, who produced this cute little video.
We're still killing about the same number of animals in Minnesota that we were killing 20 or 30 years ago. In the Twin City metro area alone, animal shelters destroy about 20,000 dogs and cats every year, and most of them are perfectly healthy. We've learned that we can find homes for virtually any animal so long as it's not terminally ill or seriously dangerous to people.
Well, that's good news. But still, I can't help thinking about those poor little cats. I wonder where they are now. Oh, look at that. Oh, there they are up there in pussy heaven, pussycat heaven. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. I think I'll have another little... Wait a minute. What am I doing? No, stop this. This has got to stop. This binge drinking is my responsibility. Drink responsibly. That's the message to the Minneapolis City Council. Back in December 2008, a public health advisory board recommended that the city of Minneapolis enact measures to curb binge drinking.
Binge drinking?
Yes, binge drinking.
Binge drinking?
The report cited such high-risk behaviors as beer bongs, beer pong, and yes, Edward's 40 hands. Now, 2 months later, this report has become a media sensation.
No more happy hours and no more drink specials.
That could be coming to a bar near you.
What? No more happy hours? That's like saying no more apple pie or no more American Idol. Well, I could live without that, but come on, no more happy hours? Here's City Pages. Could Minnesota drinking become any more lame than it already is? Apparently, Minneapolis is trying. City Council members are discussing options to ban happy hour and other drinking specials at bars to help prevent binge drinking.
Binge drinking?
Binge drinking. The City Pages article even spawned a Facebook group that now counts over 2,200 members. Eskimo Witch conducted an investigative report to get to the bottom of this. Here's City Council member Cam Gordon.
There have been concerns. We've had deaths even in the second ward. There's some correlation to over drinking with some of these deaths. And then there's other things like assaults, sexual assaults, rapes. There's often public health issues, and when you look at them, over drinking is associated with them. So the fact that they're making a connection with binge drinking and some health issues, it's hard to say there aren't any with them. Because there is some evidence that there is. There's not so much evidence about where that occurs and how we're going to stop it, which is really what I think we need to drill down on a little bit and see is, okay, if there are some negative health impacts from this, what are the causes, what are the risk factors, what can we do to help prevent it. What we did in the committee actually was we asked the Public Health Advisory Group to go back and meet with some people from the industry or from some bar owners, because they hadn't done that yet. And a lot of the things they were looking at had to do with potential things that happen in bars, drinking games and other things that were going on in bars, and they had concerns about it. And so we thought it would be valuable if we set up a meeting with bar owners in the Public Health Committee, and they could talk a little bit more about it and then come back to the committee and see if they had a different recommendation.
And Jared Ullman, the general manager of the 331 Club in Northeast Minneapolis, says individuals should bear some responsibility.
Binge drinking is a big deal. You're not going to stop binge drinking completely, and it's something that a lot of individuals go through. They have an experience with it, or they have a phase with it. I feel like right now there's an environment where a lot of responsibility is taken off the individual and placed in the hands of the government, placed in the hands of business, instead of responsibility on the individual who does the binge drinking. If you take away social consequences and responsibility from those doing the binge drinking, they're more likely to prolong their binge drinking.
And Gretchen Musicant, a commissioner with the Minneapolis Department of Health and Family Support, says that these are only recommendations.
I think they made some suggestions of areas that might be contributing to this this culture of overconsumption. And really that's all it is from an advisory committee. It's advice. And what's really important for us to pay attention to is what does the city council do with that advice? And clearly people like their happy hours.
Well, there's much more to the story, folks, and you can watch the full interviews with Cam, Jarrett, and Gretchen very soon on mnstories.com. I'm sorry. Okay, we're running short on time. Johnny, do we have a little bit more time? Folks, this is our Eskimo Witch video guy, Johnny Smokes. Real quick, okay. It's the magic wand. That means it's time for Art Bucket. What's in the Art Bucket this weekend? It's the Spark Festival of Electronic Music. A gathering of new media, electro performers, and sound philosophers at the University of Minnesota. Among the performers are the Twin Cities' own Beatrix Jar.
And we got some speaking spells.
We've got an old AM radio here.
It's not pretty damage, then it is utterly and so completely inexplicable.
And it's got some flat cameras. And it makes some crazy sound.